then we move on to your other boy. That's not Roman Reigns.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Drew McIntyre and Sheamus.
I'm a gold digger, baby.
And a no holds barred match.
This was good.
Tell me about
this was really good. I think this one had the benefit of the backstory, which I think is great.
Their friendship?
They're true friendships in real life. I mean, they're true friends in real life. And it shows because they gave each other the beating that only true friends who trust each other in this business could give.
Oh, you got caught up by the video package.
I did get caught up by the video package.
I know what's going on.
I got caught up by the video package.
Good production. Good WWE production.
No, like I'm saying, but like, look at the liberties they took with each other. Sheamus and Drew. They were beating the tar out of each other. That's the kind of beating that you give to a friend that you trust to make things look good. Like, that's the kind of beating me and my friends gave to each other in our backyard wrestling federation. We'd kick the living shit out of each other because we knew we could take it and we weren't going to, hold it against each other. We wanted it to look good for the camera when we did it. We didn't do that to other people that we were acquaintances with. That was like the kid gloves kind of stuff.
You guys had a camera?
Yeah, we did.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, now we have a home where we can release some of these matches, some of these backyard matches.
I might be persuaded. I had to do triple duty though. I was the announcer, the commentator, and sometimes the competitor.
Oh wow!
When I wasn't, I was the announcer, the commentator. So I had a lot of hats to wear.
Wow!
Good thing I collect hats.
Amen.
But yeah, so this was a good match. I don't think it beat their Raw match, though. I really enjoyed their Raw match. Even with the commercial breaks and all, breaking it up. I think the Raw match flowed better. This was just a straight thumping. Like, there wasn't really a lot of ring acumen in it. It was just they were, like, axe handling each other and pounding each other. I mean, you could see the welts, forming on each other's backs.
Yeah.
It was a good match. Since it wasn't for a title and it wasn't for a championship spot, I don't know if you needed Sheamus to lose, but at the same point in time, Drew's hot going into Mania,
right.
And if you're going to take him serious against the Almighty, he had to win this. This was a no-win situation. You had to have Drew win this.
I compared this one to Roman and Kevin Owens.
How so?
As far as it being like a no holds barred and
yeah. Okay.
Like so I kind of used Roman and Kevin Owens as
barometer.
As a barometer, okay. Guideline. I really enjoyed this match too. I give it a 2.5. They had enough time to really do their thing. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I think it went almost 20 minutes.
Yeah, this one got a 3 count for me.
Oh, full 3.
Full 3, definitely.
Oh man, yeah, I gave it 2.5.
It's got my favorite number 2 in it.
I gave it 2.5. I love the spot when he threw him off the where they hit the screens. And,
yeah, that was good.
And I'm trying to remember more.
I like the move off the table or the barricade. It was off one of the things where. That was unbelievable.
Oh yeah.
The stuff wasn't. It wasn't like high risk or anything like that, but everything looked like it hurt with intent.
Yeah.
It was sold very well.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed it. They work well together.
Plus, I had a feeling that the way they performed in this match
is what they would have done at Mania.
Yeah.
It was
now that I'm thinking, if that was a WrestleMania match,
it was a Mania caliber match.
But I have a feeling that this was sequenced perfectly to be the match that we talk about when it's over. Like when FASTLANE's over, what are you going to talk about? We're going to talk about Drew and Sheamus, and that's the feel that I got out of it. I didn't give it a 3 count. I just gave it 2.5 because now I need to be more strict and stringent with my 3 counts.
I'm pretty liberal with them. No, I'm just kidding. No, it was definitely a 3 count for me. This was a match that I could have saw at WrestleMania.
I agree with that. I can agree.
We were talking off camera. Like, I dig Bobby Lashley as champ. I also think he's very deserving to be champ. I think he did his thing in Impact. Mm. I think he really built his brand up there, and he got better at wrestling. Especially that series with Angle really helped him through things. series with Drew helped him too.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the thing too. I don't know if people know. Like, that's something I'm looking forward to too. Is Drew versus Lashley? It's kind of like an extension of them down in Impact. They had some good matches, but so I like Lashley a lot. But I really think we could have got some money out of Drew versus Sheamus as a WrestleMania championship match.
I can agree there.
There would have been some intrigue there. Like, it would have been a toss-up to who won and walked out with that title. I feel like, unfortunately, the way the WWE books, I think it's a formality that Drew walks out of WrestleMania with the title.
Well, that's yet to be seen.
And I'm not mad if he does, because I'm a big Drew fan. I think the man's been shortchanged. I think he deserves that pop in front of a live crowd that he got robbed of at the pandemic.
Yeah.
And I'd hate for him to go to WrestleMania to lose.
That's why I think it's a foregone conclusion that if you can predict the outcome of any title match that's going to happen in WrestleMania, it's going to be that one. I would love to be surprised, WWE writers. Absolutely, I would love to be surprised because I'm a big fan of the almighty Bobby.
I think Lashley has a lot of talent. He has a lot of upside, and I think he has more time in the ring left on him than Drew.
Really?
Yeah, I do. So I would say, and with Drew right now, I think he needs the title back fast because you could potentially do some long-term damage by keeping the belt off him. He needs the belt. He needs the belt back.
I think it's inevitable that he's going to get the belt back for his third reign.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's going to be WrestleMania.
I just think it's way too fast.
I think it is, but I think the way they book themselves, you really don't have any other options right now. Like, Lashley, you don't want to say he had a cup of coffee with the title if he loses, but I think you're also shortchanging Lashley if you take the title off of him right now, because you need to see what he can do. First of all, I think Lashley's a completely class act, and I like the way he handles himself in, press junkets, interviews, and things like that. I think he's good for the business in that respect. I think he's humble, and I think he's extremely grateful for what he's accomplished. I was pretty pissed when The Miz was booked to lose. Not because it's The Miz. Because I'm a fan of The Miz, and I'm still a fan of The Miz. But as I told you tonight, I do not want to see him anywhere near a main title for another 5 years or so, because I can't take him serious. He had 8 days with the title, and the way they booked him was so lame. Like, I would have been all right if The Miz was, giving you a great match, and he went down fighting, but the fucking weaselness and all that crap. Like, I mean, I'm past that with The Miz, and it's like, okay, I don't want to see it. Miz and Morrison have been a very big disappointment this last run. Big time. I always go back to how disappointing John Morrison is. One day, we'll get him on the show, and I'll tell him how disappointing he is.
So, coming soon.
Yeah, exactly.
Joey Business, John Morrison. All that's going to be a dialogue for the ages.
It's like Pat McAfee and Adam Cole, baby.
Adam Cole, baby.